Welcome everybody back to the Buds Podcast here in episode 6. We're going to be talking about LeBron James and Michael Jordan. The Last Dance episode 5 and 6, I believe, just concluded about an hour ago. And we're just going to be going to the topic of who's the better player, but we don't really want to nitpick because it could go either way. And we're going to be kind of talking if Jordan could play in this era or LeBron could play in Jordan's era. So I'm going to let our LeBron analyst, Mort, take over here.
I didn't know I was an analyst, but what do you want me to do here?
I just want to get you to give your points on – we'll start with how you think LeBron is better than Jordan here. We'll go with that.
I think he's better by using my eyes, just pure eyes, really. You can see him play nowadays, unlike the other gentlemen we have here, in black and white, and barely even that. So I don't want to keep the roast session going with that. So I don't know what you expect from me. I mean, it's just obvious.
How many times has LeBron led the league in scoring?
Okay, we're not there yet.
This is not how debates work. You can't just cut off somebody.
Also, you can't do that from being a pass first person. Stockton didn't do that.
But LeBron isn't a pass first. I mean, he's a scorer.
So we're just diving right in.
We're diving right in.
Oh, we're diving right in. Beautiful.
LeBron is a scorer. His passing is up there, but he's a scorer first.
He's just a scorer first. He's always obviously the best player on his team, so he does everything for them.
And there's some teams that you could debate that he was second, maybe.
Maybe first year on Heat. That's only time.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, Dwayne was up there and was competing with him for possibly the best player on that team.
Yeah, D-Wade was. Nobody else. Nobody even scratched the surface.
And, I mean, you can make the case for Anthony Davis this year.
You could, but at the same time, you really couldn't.
But at the same time, you can make that case with Jordan when he had Pippen.
Yeah, I guess.
So.
Whoa, back your shit up here, bud. Whoa. What?
Which part?
We should be cursing.
What?
Okay. I would just like to point this out here.
We're made for kids.
Yeah,
I would just like to point this out here. Jordan played from the seasons of 84 to 94. No, 93, and then took the year break or whatever, the 1 or 2 year break. Then played from 96 till 2003, right?
Yeah.
I think that's correct. So, time.
Go ahead, sorry.
So, in that time, he played with Scotty from 87, right? They got him from Scotty from the trade from the Supersonics, correct? In 87. That was his draft. From 87 till 93, when Jordan was done playing with the Bulls and at the moment, right? He led the league in scoring. So who wants to tell me that Scotty's better than Jordan?
Well, I mean, no one said Scotty was better.
I don't know where that came from.
We threw that hint there for a second, and
I mean, yeah.
In the 98 season, you can make a case for it.
The 98, he still led the league in scoring. Doesn't mean that he didn't do anything in the other stats. I'm just saying he led the league in scoring.
But I'm saying in the 98 season, you can make the case that Scotty was the better player on the team.
Since we're right, okay, yeah, I'll agree, whatever. So right now, with the topic that we're on, leading the league in scoring, LeBron only led it one league, in one season in the league in scoring, and that he did that over Kobe, D-Wade, 08, 07, or 07, 08. Well, when Jordan led the league in scoring, the 10 times he did it over Shaq, Dominique Wilkins, Larry Bird, Drexler, Hakeem. I don't know if I already said that. Patrick Ewing, I don't know if I already said that. But then when he came back in 96, 97, 98, he led the league in scoring at 36 years old over a young AI, a young Chris Webber, and a young Kevin Garnett. So he still dominated the league even though he had younger predecessors coming for his spot. That's what I would like to say. With LeBron, he's the same age, 35 years old, and James Harden's leading him in scoring. Giannis Antetokounmpo is leading him in scoring. Luka Doncic is leading him in scoring, and Luka Doncic, this is his second year in the league. I know that they're ball dominant players, and LeBron is technically a pass first player now with Anthony Davis. I don't know. That's just how I felt about that topic right there.
Interesting.
I do have to agree with you on that part, that Jordan was more dominant against the young players than LeBron is dominant.
Yeah, it's young guys.
But then I feel like LeBron hasn't, I don't know. He hasn't been able to put out the big scoring output and he hasn't been over those young guys, and he hasn't been able to keep up like points per game. He hasn't led the NBA in points per game in a long time.
Yeah, because he hasn't needed to. He just goes out and gets goes out and does what he needs to do.
Like the last few years, he's been relying on other players to carry him in some games.
Yeah, it's like the Warriors.
A very important thing to note, though, is a conspiracy is Jordan, LeBron's dad.
Joe, go back to being quiet. We don't need that right now.
Go back to looking off screen again.
No, I actually just saw that, and I was reading something about it. It's actually
he's not his dad.
I mean,
you never know, man.
But LeBron didn't really know his dad. Nothing really ever comes up
exactly.
Oh my god.
Okay,
I mean, man, we need like a DNA.
LeBron would have been even better.
But LeBron was a generational type player when he came into the league, and it's a weird coincidence that LeBron came in the same year Jordan left.
I don't know. I'm just saying it's sus.
Yeah, and he was also born the same year Jordan got drafted.
Yeah, so you got to draft. Yeah, you can have fun.
Nobody was messing with college Michael Jordan at that time. Like,
bro, college Michael Jordan was scary.
No, nobody. Okay, whatever. Just go.
I don't know. I mean, I just wanted to put that out there. I know.
I don't know what side you're on right now, but it's weird.
Oh, I'm just here chilling. I'm gonna be like a judge. I mean, this should say it, but like, yeah. I don't know. You guys can go on.
Here, there is some facts that can go either way here. LeBron has played almost 200 more games than Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
And Jordan does have a higher points per game over his career than LeBron.
Yeah, by 3.
That's still a big margin there when you look at it.
I mean, yeah, that's
okay. You look at that, and then look at the two assists difference for LeBron.
Yeah, because because Jordan had to do it all himself.
Yeah, and so does LeBron. He's got the higher rebounds and assists.
I literally thought we just said that LeBron's been relying on other people for the past.
Yeah, we have.
And did you ever see? But did we ever see like Jordan go off onto another team to win rings?
Because they built around him. Like, there's not many plumbers you can put with him and just go crazy.
I know. Yeah. Okay. I know you don't like Jordan. But, like, if you've watched The Last Dance at all, like, I've watched every episode except for tonight. I missed tonight's episodes. But they fucking hate the GM.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how okay. I don't understand how you can...
He didn't win a single thing. He didn't win a single thing until the Pistons were old, until the Celtics had been dethroned, and the Lakers were old.
Okay, that Celtics points is irrelevant because he dropped the highest points per game any playoff person's ever done against the Celtics. Just because he can't do everything himself. I mean, I don't know what you're trying to expect.
I mean, who dropped the most points in the finals? Definitely wasn't LeBron.
Who also
what the fuck am I saying?
Well,
it was LeBron. Wait,
what are you talking about?
What is happening?
Wait, was LeBron's 51? Was that the highest? No, it wasn't. Right? Was it? No, it was the highest in a loss. That's how you prove that LeBron got to do it all by himself.
Yeah, because that's when he was on the what? Cavaliers?
Yeah. I mean, bro, you're dropping 51 and losing that.
Okay, wait. If we're saying LeBron's Cavaliers, he was by himself?
No.
He had Kyrie, and that was it.
Kevin Lovely, hello.
Yeah,
Kyrie was the reason they won that final.
Yeah, he was. He made one shot. That's all he needed to do.
You gotta forget LeBron's historic block.
I'm just gonna say it right now. Kevin Love and Chris Bosh are in the same boat. Where they weren't
that's
weren't
what I don't understand.
I do agree with that.
They weren't a factor. They weren't a factor to anything.
Everyone's saying Ray Allen saved.
Bosh got the rebound.
Do you understand what LeBron
rebound
did?
by Bosh down to Allen?
I'm pretty sure LeBron had he had a great fourth quarter that game. So I don't want to see like he saved LeBron's career. Like I don't want to hear that. Like
in past finals, LeBron's disappeared in fourth quarters.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking here in 2011, he went 2 for 12 in the fourth quarter, and he had 6 points total
after playing 40 minutes probably.
And here's another thing I'm going to bring up with playoffs, that there's the stat out there that Jordan has made more clutch shots over his career in the playoffs than LeBron has. But
that has to be kept.
But no, here's the thing. Jordan always didn't want to take the shots because he knew he might miss them.
And if you're beating your opponent by enough, you don't need a clutch shot, so it doesn't even matter.
Wait, I forgot the 2011 finals when they lost to the Dirk Nowitzki Mavericks.
Yeah, Dirk's some trash can nowadays, or what?
What an irrelevant team to lose to. Dirk Nowitzki, and then your number 2's scary Jason Terry.
Yeah.
And he lost with his Heat team.
All I'm saying, LeBron didn't get first rounded 3 times.
But
by a midge.
He hasn't played the same teams like Jordan did, though.
What was that years? 84, 85, 86?
Every year until like 91 when it became relevant.
I just have to state my point. I'm back.
But here's the big stat right here. Jordan is 6-0. LeBron is 3-5. Do you
that means absolutely nothing?
Well, no.
That's a team stat. That's a team.
Exactly. That's why I didn't write any of that down.
Okay.
What another point I have to bring up is Jordan missed that 1 year. He would have had 15 All-Star games. LeBron's at 16, but LeBron's played more years, whatever. Yeah. The other stat I wrote down is the all-defensive first teams. LeBron has how many?
0.
Defenders are way better now. 5.
I feel like LeBron's lazy on defense, though.
Exactly.
No, I saw that they said 2013 or 14 he should have had it, but I think I forgot who they said they gave it to because of like a 0.1 or 2 difference in steals.
The way you played defense back then, you would tackle people. Like that wasn't actual defense. Now actual defense is played.
No, the only people that were tackling people were people trying to tackle Jordan. Just like the Pistons and just like the Knicks. Those series were dirty because they wanted to then.
Yeah, see, Jordan actually had to have rules made for him. The Pistons made rules that if Jordan comes in that paint, you're putting your career on the line to make sure that man does not make a basket.
Yeah, they did that to Larry Bird too. And anybody else.
But LeBron hasn't had rules made for him. He hasn't.
Because they made these rules 20 years ago before he was even alive.
No, but I'm saying LeBron hasn't affected the game where teams have to change their way of play just to stop him. Teams let him go to the basket. Teams don't get in front of him to literally physically stop the man.
Yeah, because there'll be a foul every time. He gets calls mostly his way.
But also, it's a different type. It's a different age in the game. You can't just go and clothesline people and only get a personal foul. Now you'll get ejected.
Okay, because that's what Jordan went through. Jordan went through that now that rule's created.
Yeah, because
I guess
look at LeBron's size compared to Jordan. If LeBron was back then, people would run into him and they would bounce straight off of him.
That's what I was about to bring.
No. Here's the thing. You can't. That's something you can't change. You can't control that LeBron's taller.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying. But people say LeBron wouldn't survive back then. Like,
but here's the thing. That's the next thing I was going to bring up. Would LeBron be able to play in the 90s and 80s?
100%.
I think so, yeah.
I think he's magic with a jump shot.
He'd have a better career back then.
No.
He's magic with a jump shot. He's good. He's straight.
I think all these boomers just like over glorify the 80s and 90s and saying, "Oh, these people were so good there." I think that the players now are better than the players that were back then.
100%.
Well, yeah, they're better because people evolve over time. Obviously, people are going to be better, but would I think LeBron would play and be good?
There's so many better defending big men back then, too.
LeBron couldn't attack, and that would have forced LeBron to make a jump shot.
They were on his team.
What?
On who?
The defending big men were on his team besides Bill Lambier.
But there's a lot on other teams.
Okay,
too.
did we just forget about Patrick Ewing, Hakeem Olajuwon, and like all them?
Well,
I
Hakeem was
forgot
in the
Bill
other.
Cartwright was a good.
Hakeem was in the other conference.
Nowadays,
He had
bigs just camp with a
he had
three-point
Rodman
line.
and Grant and others on his team. Like,
But
Grant was a small forward. He wasn't a big.
well, he could still.
But,
play.
I mean, there's
yeah,
there's
but
still
then again,
good-
Dennis Rodman played shooting guard for the Pistons. So what does that even matter?
No, he didn't.
Yeah,
Rodman-
and the thing that they showed last night they did, but we can talk about that later.
Rodman played he was power forward because they had Dumars at shooting guard.
Yeah, I know, but they're like in the backup.
I mean,
he was
yeah,
coming
he
off
was
the
obvious-
bench.
Yeah, he was 6'8". He could easily play shooting. He could have played a guard position for them. But him playing a guard position would have probably been good against Michael because he was a great defender.
But I mean, let's not act like there's not good defending big men today, like Anthony Davis. I mean, I know they're on the
On
same
his
team
team.
now, but
That's
they use
on his team.
Rudy Gobert, Donkey, Kitty Cat
Donkey's
is
dirty.
sometimes
He's
good.
dirty.
Kitty Cat can be sometimes good.
What about
Carl Anthony
Giannis?
Towns is
Yeah, Giannis
No,
can defend.
Okay, we're not going to get into an argument
No.
about Carl Anthony Towns now.
That we can make that a whole different video.
Okay,
We can make it a whole different video.
but here's my thing. Would you rather have those centers play defense or Patrick Ewing, David Robertson, Hakeem Olajuwon, all
Obviously,
those other players
these
that
guys, 'cause
played
they're at least doing something, unlike those other guys.
I don't know what that means.
I mean,
but,
Gobert and Donkey both won Defensive Player of the Year the past 3 years.
But
Yeah.
okay.
Hakeem, a two-time defensive player of the year.
So we addressed
David Robertson, defensive player of the year. Sorry, hang on, just kidding.
Other conference
You're okay.
again.
You're okay. You're okay. You're okay.
Can we talk about the Eastern Conference? They're all in the West.
Yeah, but you act like they didn't play.
Yeah, like two
wait,
times
wait.
every 3 years.
Bill Lambier. Okay, Bill Lambier played for the Dirty Boy Pistons, right?
Bad
Yeah.
boys.
Yeah, whatever. Fuckers, I don't give a shit. Let's see here. Hang on, give me 1 second. Here he is, Bill Lambier.
Should we talk about marital status?
Gosh.
That's definitely something we'll bring up in a little bit.
Been talking all.
I mean, I
his
think that
maritals.
LeBron has it on him. Only
Yeah,
one
LeBron
wife.
has the marital status. Like,
Yeah, I think you got to bring that up
he's been with his wife.
for a very long time.
Another
high
thing here
school.
is LeBron almost has double Jordan's turnovers.
Ooh, I didn't even look to think of that.
As the main ball handler, that would be expected from any point guard.
I thought we
Really
literally
calling
been saying
him
that
up.
LeBron's been passing it over.
Yeah,
the
he has the ball
torch.
in his hand. He's passing the ball. What do you mean?
So I thought he was not the ball. When I brought up the scoring leader stuff, he wasn't the first person on.
Well,
He
yeah,
wasn't the
He's
primary
passing
person.
to the
pass
person
the
that's
ball.
scoring.
Okay,
on a lot of teams nowadays, the point guard's a pass first. Not on a lot of teams, but on some teams.
I mean, you also have to take into the fact that Jordan, for I want to say it was the 89 season, they tried him at point guard for 26 games, and he had the best 26 game. He had I think he had 10 triple doubles, 15 triple doubles in a row or something crazy.
But then they
like that.
decided to go back to BJ Armstrong. So I don't. It's not
Yeah.
my fault.
It's not your fault.
But I'm just saying
It's
that
not your
both of
fault, right.
both of these players have excelled when they have been put in that point guard position and
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
put as the
I
main
mean-
ball handler.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
because-
Bron's going to hit 10K by the end of his career, as Jordan just barely made it over. Oh, not barely. He made it 600 over 5,000.
I mean, yeah, we've been talking about points, but Braun might hit most career points. I
But
don't-
no, here. This
Oh yeah,
is
he
when
will.
You,
If he
No.
keeps playing, he will.
you look at this fact. LeBron might hit 10K because he had twice as many All-Stars, maybe triple the time All-Stars that Jordan had. Jordan had no All-Stars except Pippen.
D-Wade, Chris Bosh, I guess you can count him.
Don't bring up these fuckers because guess who
Wait, Chris
decided to
Bosh,
join them? Guess who
Kyrie.
decided to join them? No. Guess who
That's
left
it, I
the
think.
team to join
Completely
them?
had 3 of
I
them?
don't get. You can't. That's an invalid
Let's see,
point.
Jordan had
He
Pippen.
decided to join
Rodman.
them.
Let me see.
Steve
Probably B.J. Armstrong, since everybody was garbage back then. Steve Kerr probably made it.
No, they weren't all stars.
Grant probably made
now
it.
we're
Just
just
having
guessing.
No, they
goggles.
weren't.
So
No.
we're just
Like-
guessing if all.
Now you're just naming his whole roster. They weren't all stars. I think one of the only all stars Jordan had throughout his career was Scottie Pippen.
Okay.
I mean,
I mean, it's hard to choose from when you only have 10 players that are good in the league. It's kind
And
all I'm saying is
Holy
Scottie
fuck.
Pippen is underrated AF.
Wow,
Yeah.
way to great to bring up a point that's been known for years.
I mean, everyone thinks Jordan did all by himself.
when you look at Jordan,
People seriously think Jordan did all by himself.
I'm not saying he did it all by himself. I'm
No
saying
player's done it all by themselves.
I'm just saying. We're saying that Scottie Pippen was the only All-Star on that team. Horace Grant made the All-Star team in 1994.
what I just said, and Andrew said no, so thank you, Ben.
And what year? What year was that?
1994.
And that's when
Go look what team Jordan was playing. Yeah, go look at what team Jordan was playing for.
Jordan wasn't playing during that time.
Yeah, he made it the All-Star
the
team because he
year-
finally got to touch the ball.
No, but when you look at the fact, Jordan only played with one All-Star. When he was playing in the league, he only played with one All-Star, and that was Scottie Pippen. That was Scottie Pippen. How many has LeBron played with? Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis.
Well, yeah, it says 80. And okay,
And don't
I mean,
count
Brad's
Ray
gonna get
Allen.
mad at me, but
Oh, yeah, Ray Allen.
Kevin Love that he played with is a different Kevin Love he played that was in Minnesota. They're completely
but
different
still,
animals. I don't even
still,
count that as an All-Star.
1,000%. I guarantee.
He played
Yeah.
with a 34-year-old Ray Allen, so he wasn't playing All-Star potential
there's-
either.
There's a story
Allen
that
still
came out
saved
about
his
Kevin
ass.
Love crying. He used to cry in the locker room if he didn't get 20 points a game.
I mean, I don't think LeBron can control that. He's not a therapist, so.
Okay, that was when he was on the Timberwolves.
And
But-
Jordan didn't get to be a GM.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Jordan
Because he had a
didn't
fat
control
white
it.
guy controlling it that didn't like
But-
him.
But that's the thing. Jordan couldn't control his team. He did what he could with the players he had. LeBron can control who he plays with.
Oh, you
So he
you
can-
definitely know he wasn't controlling it when he couldn't get my man Pippen over $18 million. His back surgery cost more than that for carrying him. Like, at least LeBron got Tristan Thompson $40 million for doing
You say
nothing.
Pippen carried him.
Yeah, his back hurts.
Oh my god.
He can't sit straight anymore.
I don't think Pippen carried him, but definitely didn't carry him.
Okay, now I got a different question.
Okay.
Yes.
Who would you rather build a team around? LeBron or Jordan?
I
Okay,
mean,
Are we
LeBron would be
talking-
able to recruit every player.
1,000%, 1,000% LeBron.
Wait, but what era are we talking about? Are we talking about in the 90s or in now?
Both.
Now?
You know, let's do both. There is an argument for the 90s
Both in
and
the
argument for
prime.
now.
Like,
Both in their prime.
Both in their prime. I don't know. What would you say prime LeBron would be? Heat LeBron?
yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
Heat
go with
LeBron.
Heat LeBron
I
and
would
then
re-
prime Jordan would be like the early 90s.
I would
Let's
rather.
say
I'd rather have a man who actually passes the ball. LeBron.
Jordan
Yeah, play
passes
1 through
too.
5. Play 1 through 5.
I mean, I would rather have LeBron because I feel like LeBron has a better attitude than Jordan.
You can put LeBron anywhere.
I don't want gambling
LeBron-
addiction and cigars
LeBron
on my bench.
has Okay, so here's one thing here. We're talking about basketball, not
Yeah,
what they did
yeah.
off the court.
I mean, that comes
It's
with the whole
wrong.
team.
I mean,
You're
that-
building
yeah,
around
that
him.
come-
It was
I mean,
different
Okay,
times back
then
then.
I don't want LeBron's toe fungus in my locker room. Get it the fuck out of here.
Toe
Right.
fungus.
Dang,
Yeah,
you brought up
she-
toe fungus?
Eat that fucker's toes.
There's the other-
Okay,
I'm
okay,
grabbing
then fine.
Shaq.
If you could bring up
I
toe
thought that
fungus,
was
grabbing
Shaq.
your
That was
toes.
Shaq's toes, I'm pretty sure. That
yeah.
just
First
came
off, that
out.
was Shaq's toes that just came out. And second, if you want to bring up toe fungus, Jordan said he had feet problems from wearing his own shoes. They were bleeding.
You know
Yeah,
what?
So-
but that was the Air Force One set like 18
I'm
years.
playing.
Yeah.
I'm playing Super Continental and grabbing a cherry Coke. Fuck it.
What?
Okay, thanks for that input.
What?
If anyone wanted a visual of what LeBron's toes look like, here you go.
You don't want
Oh
to
my
see
God.
his
What are we
toes.
doing
Stop,
now?
stop.
Not his toes.
Why are we looking at his toes?
And
But that's not toe fungus though. That's not. There's no toe fungus on
That's
that.
not his toes.
I don't even
why,
see
okay,
his
why are we
toes.
talking about his
Those
toes?
are LeBron's toes.
Have you never seen a workout
video?
video? Those aren't his toes.
Yeah, that's facts. Do I gotta pull this up?
That's a flipper right there.
I mean, that's like, hey, he would be very good at swimming. I'm just saying.
Yeah, those are not his toes.
My question is, how did toes
Another
back?
thing here,
Fuck, it worked.
Jordan's hit 4 final game winners in his career. LeBron 0.
Ooh.
That's
And
a big
LeBron's
stat
0
right
for,
there.
and LeBron's shooting 0 for 6 for final game winners with 25 seconds left.
And how about the 6-time champion?
That doesn't say how many times
finals
they're up or
MVP?
down, though. That doesn't say
How
if they were
about
up
the
or down when he
six-
shot it.
What game?
Six.
Game winners more. That
Okay,
means
okay,
Yeah,
wait,
but
pause,
you could be up and
pause.
hit a shot to go up even more, and that's a game winner.
Brad, please
Like
take
you can be
That's
up
not
by
a
you can be
game
up by
winner.
you can be up by one.
I think it means tied or down.
You can be up by one and score, and you're up by
More-
3. That's a game
more.
winner.
Usually that stat means that you're tied or you're down.
Please take those toes off, thank you.
That is
Usually
true.
when
It's our
usually when they
LeBron's toes.
usually when they
Those
come
are
out
not
with
LeBron's toes.
usually when they come out with the game winner, like who's hit it, that means it's they were either tied or down in the situation. So LeBron has hit 0.
All I gotta say is Michael Jordan would have beat the 2011 Dallas Mavericks.
Now we're bringing up the Mavericks again.
Yeah,
They're
but
a
we
good
can't-
team. Like you
I
can't
mean,
take
yeah.
that away from them. Regardless of who they played, they were good.
Okay, like
I mean,
we're
that-
acting
that's
like
that's
that
like
every
double-dicking.
team that is good has to have like 10,000 like all-stars on their team, like the Celtics or the Pistons. Like the Mavericks were a good team, that's why they won. If they weren't a good team, they wouldn't have won.
Just check a shot. Oh fuck! This doesn't show it. God damn it.
Okay,
so
we don't need to know about who's sucking whose toes.
That's LeBron's legs. See the
Why are
Nike
we
symbol
showing-
right there?
Okay,
Why
anybody
the
wears.
hell
I have
are we
Nike swim
showing?
trunks. Like
Okay, hang on.
And
I'm not worried about anybody's toes anymore. They
Why
don't
are we
look
having-
like that.
why are
anymore.
we
Go
having a
back
foot
to the
special?
marital status.
I mean, if
I
we're
think
talking
the-
about toes, we might as well talk about Jordan's divorce here.
That's true.
that brings character right there.
He got
because-
re-engaged to someone else.
If
I'm glad for him though.
if you're with
Yeah.
if you're with 85 different
Jordan,
women,
if you're listening, I hope
that
you have a
speaks
good
about your
marriage.
character.
Okay, but like off the off-court issues, I strictly wrote down only
Gosh.
basketball things on my notebook.
Okay.
Well, I mean, for the past 20 minutes, we've just been naming off the same
also-
statistics.
We've
Also,
been talking-
should we talk about free throws?
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
now we're talking about free throws.
You want to score by shooting it or underhanding it from a line?
Underhanding.
Excuse
Hey,
me.
we're
So would you
Explain
rather
yourself.
have
What?
the
It was supposed
legit
to be a
in the
joke
legit
because
name is free throw?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's free.
Mm-hmm.
I would take 1,000 free throws than 100 shots.
I would
Total
take.
point.
I mean,
then
I would
it-
take having a lower free throw percentage if I can have a higher field goal percentage and 3-point percentage like he does.
I'm just saying
So
that
that's fine.
under that logic, I think that we have to make the argument that James Harden's the GOAT. Under that argument.
all I'm saying is total points, and then I'm out. That's all I'm saying.
I mean,
With,
but you
like-
can also you can also make the statement that
3,000
LeBron
less
has-
attempts.
LeBron has played 200 more games than Jordan then. At
Yeah.
that
It's
point.
still way less
Yeah.
attempts.
And whose fault is that?
He was
the
old.
casinos. The
Uh,
casinos.
If you wanted to be the greatest player of all time, you have to play.
But he wasn't old. He
be
retired
on
like
top.
still kind
Yeah,
of prime.
because Jordan said
If-
he wanted to be able to walk off the court, not dragged.
yeah, then he came back anyway
Carried,
and
whatever you said.
crawled. So
And he got bullied in
No,
the court back
the
then.
only
That's
reason
how physical it was.
the only reason Jordan played those last couple seasons in Washington was because he wasn't even playing for himself. He didn't even take any of those checks. He was donating that to 9/11 relief funds. He didn't those 2 seasons in Washington. He didn't take one of those checks. All those checks went to. So he wasn't even playing for money at that point. He was just playing to play.
Well,
It's pretty bad. His last 22 years of basketball has been horrible. His Wizards were terrible. His Hornets are terrible. It's a bad look.
The Hornets.
Yeah, stop.
When did he even take ownership of them?
He just owns them. He doesn't.
Yeah. Like he doesn't do shit with them. My guy just bought him and just like fuck it.
He smacks Malik
LeBron
Monk
will
in the
probably
back of
own
the
a
head.
team, and probably going to be a garbage team.
He's already a GM as it is, so I feel I'd have confidence.
Oh my.
Actually, I mean, Jordan is kind of a he has the title of. He also has the title of managing member of basketball operations, so he does have some control over the team.
When he decides to go to the games when he's not too drunk, he sits right by the bench and smacks Malik Monk and other guys in the back of the head. So
God, that was one. And Monk deserved it.
Yeah, Monk. He did a dumb thing. He shouldn't have ran out on the court.
Yeah.
happens. It happens when you have your players not smart.
I mean, Monk's also suspended from the league now, so.
Oh crap!
I don't think we want. I don't think we want to talk with Smart with 24. I just don't think that's a good thing to talk about.
We're
Smart.
calling me an idiot now. We're calling me an idiot.
I wasn't gonna call you an idiot. I was just gonna say, what's his name? What's his name that went to the Packers? Scored a 7 on the Wonderlic.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah,
very
7.
You can
7.
score whatever you want if you're starting.
Why are we
Like it
talking
doesn't
about
matter.
Yeah, now we're talking about
I
football.
don't know. I don't know. That just got.
And Tua got a 9, and he's gonna.
And can we take this out? Like,
nah,
that didn't need to shift gears.
We might as well.
Well, we were talking about being dumb, so.
No, okay. So, I mean, I feel like we can kind of have some closing arguments here, so we can talk about
Closing arguments. Sounds good. How about we talk about the 6-time champion, 6-time finals MVP? How about the finals records we got going on here?
You just said earlier how you agreed with me earlier how it was a team stat, and you want to bring it back up.
Well, no, I wasn't talking about the finals record. I talked about the finals MVPs.
Yeah, he got the MVP because their team won it.
No, not necessarily. I mean,
okay, if your team doesn't have to win it, then LeBron wins the 2017 Finals MVP over KD. So,
yeah, you were right there, probably. I will admit that. Hold on, let me see that. Let me pull that stat up there. Yeah, because he averaged 32 points per game.
He led both teams in every category, which the bald guy never did.
The bald guy.
The bald guy?
Let's not bring up LeBron's hairline then.
Yeah.
Hey. You might have to put a toupee on, but at least it's hair. Instead of that shiny thing.
That's fact. You don't got hair when you're like 20 or 30. That's bad.
The bald head suits Jordan.
Hey, he was bald from day one. He came out the womb bald and never got hair after.
Wait a minute. All I'm saying is, you know how LeBron's hair is fading? He's only 35. Confirmed he's his dad because like they got hair growing problems.
I just said Jordan never had hair in his life. Like,
yeah, but
they're not related.
It's a perm. It's perm.
And another reason I feel like LeBron has been able to keep up at the play he has is because the like training has definitely evolved from what it once was. Because Jordan probably easily could have played till the 2005-2006 season if he had the training that LeBron does now.
Exactly.
Yeah, the training evolved. So did the players.
And also if he didn't get messed up by the bad boys and all those players.
Or if he wasn't 50,000 in the hole and gambling, you had to run away from.
We're still talking about game.
I don't get why we talk about like off-court issues. Like off-court issues have zero things to do with on-court issues. If we want to talk about gambling, Jordan went off and lost 2 games against the Knicks. He lost 2 games against the Knicks in the finals. Went to Atlantic City and then came back and won 4 straight. Okay. So if anything, gambling makes that guy better.
Also, it was after game 1.
Gambling.
It was after game 1, and they lost the next
one. This man has
an
addiction.
It was after game 1. Yeah, he lost the next one.
We are not justifying that.
We are not justifying going to Atlantic City and gambling.
We're not saying $57,000 checks are things we need to be doing, but or $1.3 million on golf courses or anything. But
this man was a horrible
here it is,
example.
right here. In the 93 Eastern Conference Finals, Chicago dropped 2 games against the Knicks.
Yes, we
and
know.
then-
It was on the documentary tonight. We know.
Oh,
I thought you didn't watch it.
You could say it though. Say it, cause yeah.
okay, so they dropped 2 games against the Knicks, and then LeBron or whatever Jordan went to Atlantic City and won 4 straight
Okay.
by almost double digits each time.
Well, I mean, I don't think that him going like gambling made him like have superpowers.
Yeah.
I think
He
he was
also-
just like, we need to win 4
He
games.
also tried
go.
to justify it. He tried to justify it when they asked him about it. He said that didn't happen. My dad and I went at midnight, and we were there for 2 hours. So there he is confessing already, because he said it was at 2:30 that people saw him. So you don't go from midnight. You don't get there in 10 minutes. I don't know how far away Atlantic City is, but that doesn't add up.
See,
He said they left right after the game. The game would have gotten over at 10. He would have had a press conference until 10:30, 11. So I don't get what he's trying to say here, that he was only gone for a little bit, that he wasn't.
I still don't understand what the problem was. Everyone gambles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
fuck,
not everybody
to the
goes
local
57,000.
casino.
Oh, here we go.
I go
Cherry-
to the local
Cherry
casino.
Coke, Super
I
Continental.
sit down with my cherry Coke and Super Continental slot. There's nothing wrong with it.
Put that down there. And then
But-
I go on the official Buds Crew podcast YouTube channel and I watch slot videos.
No one watched slot video. But okay, so if we
we should have the Buds gambling, just Brad with his phone at the casino.
all right, so
That's what
we
later
wanted to bring up the whole Jordan lost the first 3 times in the first round, right?
Multiple,
Yeah,
more
I think-
than 3
I
times,
think-
but yeah.
But in the early on his early years, I think Joe brought up this point where he lost in the first round or whatever the first 3 times he played.
Yeah.
Second of
Yeah.
all, that's false. Oh wait, no,
Yeah, it was
sorry,
more
sorry,
than 3.
sorry. No, you're correct. You're correct. It was whatever. It was
Oh.
4 times he lost in the
Oh,
first round.
It
in a
was
row.
4. I lost count after 3.
And sometimes he'd even make it, I don't think, but go ahead.
But where was LeBron his first 3 years?
I mean,
I mean,
he
I
didn't
think
really
his
have the
3rd
best
year
team.
he
No,
was
no.
in the finals, but I could be wrong.
Let me just double check on that.
No, you
Stat
were
man.
wrong. You're wrong.
Yeah,
He
you're
was
wrong.
definitely in the playoffs.
Yeah, he was.
He was
in the
in the
playoffs.
playoffs. He made it to the second round. But where
Yeah.
was he the first 3 years?
Getting his feet wet in the league?
18
And where
years
was
old?
Jordan by where?
18 years old?
Okay, where was Jordan year 2?
Probably passed out in a hotel room drunk. Like,
Oh my god.
I don't know what you want from me.
I mean,
I
Jordan
can't
was
do
like,
this anymore.
I mean, Jordan was what, 20,
I'm out.
23, 24
Oh.
when in his first and second year.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron was 18. You're
Well,
throwing a kid
And playing
right
with
out of
Anderson Varejao and Delonte
You're
West
throwing a kid right out
His
of high
father.
school.
and Mo Williams, I think,
Okay.
at one point.
I don't like.
I like that,
Well,
Andrew.
We had someone leave due to frustration. We knew that was probably going to happen.
He
I
actually
personally thought it was
left.
going
He
to.
left.
Yeah.
I personally thought it was going to be more, but I think
I
closing arguments.
think we ended there.
I think it kind of came to an end with Brad
Also,
leaving there.
I found that LeBron's played with 6 All-Stars and George like with Scotty.
Yeah,
it's,
that's what I was-
it's guys that made it sometime in their career. Then they didn't make it playing with him.
Mo Williams made the All-Star and
Yeah,
more.
exactly. Mo
Wait a
Williams.
minute, wait a minute.
Ilgauskas.
All Star is
No,
popularity.
okay.
All Star is popularity. Like why?
Big
would-
Z and Kevin
Okay,
Love and Chris
Mo
Bosh are
Williams
three.
and Ilgauskas are not popular players.
They're 3-1. Like
the
they.
All Star game is popularity.
But more when you look at it,
So
the
Ilgauskas
people,
and Mo are
the other
popular.
2 players that
At
made
the time,
it
they were
when
when you play with LeBron, you get popular. Like playing with the greatest player of all time.
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
he, if they did make it when they were playing with him, it was because they were pretty good in the East. They had eyes on him.
no,
Plus,
okay,
Big
but-
Z was like the
I
biggest
think-
dude in the league.
I think we've got to.
Besides Shaq,
I
but
think
Yeah,
we're
I
gonna
think
end
we
hold
have
on,
that
hold
here.
on. I got one more statement here. When you look at LeBron and look at the people that made it there, yeah, Horace Grant, B.J. Armstrong, and Scottie Pippen all made it during LeBron's career. But B.J. Armstrong and Horace Grant only made it when LeBron wasn't, or when Jordan wasn't playing in the league at the time.
Yeah.
So in actuality, he didn't really play with them when they were all-stars. He played with them.
Neither did LeBron. Kevin Love's been horrible ever since he teamed up with
Kevin
them.
Love made the All-Star game when he was playing with
Kevin
LeBron.
Love wasn't bad the first 2 years.
So then that means the people who Jordan were playing with.
He's come back.
So
And that means Jordan was holding him back. To be honest with you,
I was about to say that means.
Well, folks, I think that's enough time for this one.
They were literally good players the whole time.
He wasn't making them better. He wasn't fulfilling their potential.
Yeah.
Kyrie's only known by anybody because of him. To be honest with you,
Kyrie was on the team before LeBron. He was the number one overall pick.
You think Kyrie was going to make the playoffs by himself? You think Kyrie was going to make the playoffs by himself? He's from Duke.
If they got more players.
He's from Duke. He doesn't know what the playoffs are.
Oh my.
Wait.
Now we're roasting Duke.
Okay, like he doesn't know. He doesn't know how to be by himself. Because him at Duke, he was only used to playing in the playoffs one time. I think he was actually a 2-year player for once, but they're all used to being there one time. That's it.
No, he was a 1-year player.
Okay.
Yeah. Forever.
So that's all I'm saying. Like, they're all one and done, so he was only going to make it one time, and then he was just going to peace out. You weren't going to hear from Kyrie ever again.
So
there is no correct answer to this argument?
Coming to conclusion here, I feel like you really can't make the statement for either of them.
Get it, Kobe's the best.
I just feel like the main thing is Jordan's defense over
honestly.
LeBron.
Yeah. And they both
Shane Battier is from Duke. He won an NBA championship. Sorry.
We're not going
Where did he come from?
But who carried him,
Shane
though?
Battier.
I mean, Shane Battier, I think, was better than Chris Bosh, but Bron and D-Wade got Battier that championship.
Shout out, Juwan Howard also got 2 championships from it.
Oh my God!
Let the man do the outro, please, before it gets bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So I feel like you can make a case for either of them being the GOAT.
It's getting hot right now.
They both played in 2 separate eras. LeBron played in a different era.
Defense.
LeBron played in a different era.
One play defense. LeBron's got more blocks than him and almost as many steals. But thank you.
Okay.
He is.
No,
taller.
we're not.
We literally are like stated.
LeBron is playing in a different era of defense than Jordan did. Jordan played, you could say, in a tougher defensive era with the players because they had to change the game to.
Those boys were out there trying to make money.
Now.
They were trying to make money for their family to eat, so they were tackling anybody they could. They were playing rugby out there.
Just watch recent All-Star games compared to old All-Star games to see how defense is played nowadays.
This year was the best defense ever. But
everyone go vote. Yeah.
All-Star games are not meant to hurt somebody else.
Wait,
I don't know what that vote was for, but
go vote.
I don't know. Please. They told me to vote.
Who told you to vote?
What? You're blending. Vote for what?
Excuse me?
Register to vote
for president. Okay, get your vote out there.
All right.
Okay. Well, I think that's all we got for this episode. We kind of determined that they were both the GOATs of their era. You really can't. You can make a case for one being the GOAT, but each era has its own GOAT in a sense.
That depends. Sorry.
I mean, each era has a GOAT. You got Jordan with the 90s, Kobe with the 2000s. Okay. Again, you can make a case for anybody. In a sense, you can make a case for anybody with their accolades and everything. But I think we're going to end it off here. And yeah, that's going to be all for us. We do have a special episode for you guys coming on Wednesday, so look out for that.
Early on in the morning.
For us. Yeah,
early on in the morning talk show.
We're gonna get you with a little early morning talk show. So see you guys then.
That should be exciting.